Hello, and welcome to Reviewing Stuff. I'm your host, TheZoeman, and today I'll be looking at Batman Arkham Asylum, which is considered to be one of the best Batman games of all time, and is the first installment of the Arkham series, which is famous in one way or another depending on who you are. But before I take a look at this game, and ultimately tell you what I think of it, it's time to tell you the criteria that I use whenever I do video game reviews.
Plot, gameplay, graphics, control. Also, I'm Batman.
Thanks, Throat Cancer Batman?
I don't have throat cancer.
Okay, whatever. Anyways, I'll be focusing this review on...
Also, I'm not wearing any hockey pads.
I'll be focusing this review on the PSP version of the game because it's the only version of the game that I've played so far. The game starts out with Batman capturing the Joker and then taking him into Arkham Asylum. Big surprise there, right? Batman then decides to escort the Joker himself, along with some prison guards and Commissioner Gordon, because he suspects that something isn't quite right about the whole situation, and he wants to keep an eye on him, and this is the Joker we're talking about, so anything can happen. As the Joker is being escorted into the bowels of Arkham, you find out that there's an influx of prisoners coming in from Blackgate Prison, most of which consisting of Joker's cronies. Then, in a not-so-shocking turn of events, Joker springs his trap and takes over Arkham Asylum with the help of the Blackgate prisoners, also known as his cronies. He then kidnaps the Warden, who nobody really cares about, and Commissioner Gordon, who's actually a pretty cool guy. Now it's her job as Batman to rescue Commissioner Gordon and the Warden, I guess, while also trying to put a stop to Joker's plot, once and for all.
Because Joker is a psycho that needs to be stopped once and for all.
That he is, Batman. That he is. Now the gameplay is actually quite simple, but also kind of complex. The controls are pretty simple and they're easy to navigate once you get the hang of it. You can beat the crap out of enemies by using the square button to punch, circle button to use a stun attack, and the triangle button to do a counter attack. You can also use a gadget that you currently have equipped by holding the L1 button, aiming with the right joystick, and then pressing R1 to use it. In order to switch between your gadgets, you have to use the D-pad, which is convenient for the most part, but can also get quite annoying at times, because there are some gadgets that can only be done by pressing the diagonal directions of the D-pad, and you know how the D-pad isn't exactly the best for diagonal directions. But so far it might sound simple, but what makes the gameplay actually quite complex is in most cases you have to be careful how you plan to get rid of enemies. Sometimes it might be because the enemies are armed, or because if you're spotted it's game over automatically. This adds a level of difficulty and strategizing in the game, which fits perfectly with the motif of being Batman.
Of course it fits perfectly. I'm Batman.
Are you okay, man? I mean, I could,
Yeah, I'm fine. Just keep going and talk about detective mode. Oh God, what?
Well, Batman pulls himself together for a moment. It's time to talk about detective mode. Detective mode is where you can see through walls, easily detect secrets, and you can also see the status of an enemy, mostly if they have a weapon or not. However, there is a minor problem that I have found with detective mode. See, when I've tried to attack enemies in detective mode, there have been times when I try to go for it, but then there's a wall or a tree in my way that I didn't previously see because detective mode sees right through them, and I get caught, which is bad news for me most of the time because that means I get shot to shit by enemies. This hasn't been a common thing, but it's gotten me killed at a few crucial moments, like when I'm almost done clearing a room. Now to finally talk about the secrets I mentioned, which you guys probably won't even know that I mentioned anyways because it's something that is most likely inconsequential. The secrets in this game are in the form of Riddler challenges, where you have to collect Riddler trophies, line up clues to make a question mark while in detective mode, find interview tapes of the various Arkham patients, scan answers to riddles, and finding out secrets about Arkham in general. Some of these things do take up a good amount of your time and are extremely tedious to do, especially collecting the Riddler trophies. Now, there are various Riddler maps hidden throughout the Asylum, however, and they do allow you to see where the answer to a Riddler challenge is, but you still have to spend a good amount of time deciphering the exact location of some of the answers because the map doesn't give you exact locations all of the time.
I'm back, and...
Are you sure you're okay, man? Because I can take you to a hospital really quick. I mean, it's no problem.
I don't need to go to a hospital. I'm Batman.
Well, as long as you're okay, I guess I'll talk about the atmosphere and tone of the game. There were definite moments that creeped me out, if not completely made me almost want to shit my pants. The pacing of the game is very nice, and the atmosphere feels very tangible at times. You actually feel like you're in a prison with a bunch of deranged inmates, and it genuinely gives me the chills sometimes. And it's great that I feel this. But before I wrap this up and slap a rating on this bad boy, I just have to ask, since Batman is somehow here in this location, have you played this game at all, Batman? I mean...
Of course, it's a game about being Batman and beating up people as Batman.
Really? Because I didn't think you'd have the time to do that between running a multi-million-dollar company and, being Batman,
Well, it's because I'm Batman.
Yes, I get it. You've only said it about 1 million freaking times already. Well, since you played the game, what do you think of it? Did the game developers do a good job in making a game about being Batman, as you like to say?
I think that this game is awesome. They definitely captured how tough it is to be Batman.
Well put. Overall, I agree with Throat Cancer Batman over here. It's definitely a good game.
I told you, I don't have throat cancer. Oh god.
It's a game that definitely is not just a good Batman game, but it's also a good game in general. It has a good level of difficulty, the controls feel nice, the characters are really well done, especially because of Mark Hamill reprising his role as the Joker, when he did the Joker in the animated series, and the story is not boring, but not overly complex either. It's that nice in-between blend. That's why I would give this game an 8 out of 10. I was very pleased with this game in the grand scheme of things, even though there were a few minor problems that I had with it, such as the before-mentioned detective mode problems and the Riddler trophies. But I would highly recommend this game to anyone who likes a good stealth game, but also likes the feeling of beating the crap out of bad guys as Batman. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like what you see here, then go ahead and click subscribe, like, share, whatever the hell the kids are doing these days. I mean, if you want to. I mean, you don't have to, but it might be nice. Just maybe. Also, if you want to give me constructive feedback, yell at my face, or you want to suggest something for me to review in the world of video games, movies, and albums, then go ahead and leave a comment below. That's it for this edition of Reviewing Stuff, but I hope to see you all next time.